Hi everybody. So it's gonna be a little hard to see at the moment, but we are in the second bedroom, the smaller bedroom, and today we are going to replace the floor. Um, so this is what it looks like at the moment, and I'm gonna start getting ready and start pulling some flooring up to see what we got going on underneath this. Ra is on her way home with the floor, with the new plywood that we're gonna lay down, because this is like almost like particle board or something. I don't know if you guys can see, but so yeah, I'm just gonna start on it. So I don't know how good you guys can see this, but this is the floor right here. So there's a water leak somewhere right here that's covered up, but you can see that it's just all rotted out right here. So at the moment, I'm not a great vlogger, so my camera is dead. So I'll try to show as much as I can of me taking it apart and then show you guys how I put it together once the camera is charged. So I'm just now getting most of the floor up, and so I'm just gonna keep working at it. I don't know how far we're gonna get tonight, but this is how far we got so far. Okay, so it's actually the next day, but I didn't get much further after showing you guys this part. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a hole right here that leads straight to the outside of the camper, and Mr. Black pushed the door open yesterday and snuck outside. So we spent a while trying to get him back inside. So as of today, I am going to try and get the rest of this done. We do have the plywood sitting out there, and yesterday we did find out that if you look, I don't know if these are supposed to be 1x4s that they made into 2x4s, because some of them look like 2x4s, some of them look like they're 1x4s, and that was really surprising to me because almost everything that I read was that the floor joists were supposed to be 2x6s, and so we bought a couple 2x6s to brace the joist in the floor, and we realized that nothing else is 2x6. And with that being, if you look right, I don't know if I can point to it, right there, it touches that sucker on that corner so much. So we're trying to do the best we can, not trying to bend it, but trying to brace it with those 2x6s. We did add a 2x4 right there, and I'll add another one in here and stuff like that to just make sure that it is secure, that we're not going to have any problems. So until then, I'm just going to scrape. Well, I think one of the reasons why it is taking us so long is cutting it is easy because we can use the circular saw and everything, but if you look, it is full of staples. Like every few inches, there's staples. And so I don't have anything that can cut those staples out. So I am actually going in by hand and having to pull all of them out. So, oh, and then another thing is they used a ton of glue. So I did get a scraper, and so I'm gonna try to scrape it some more so that it goes down good when we put the new glue. And another thing that I noticed that is that the walls, that wall right there, doesn't have a supporting joist under it. It's actually further back than that wall piece. But so I'm just going to scrape at it and go from there. One thing that I am gonna do different in this video than most of the time what you would see, which would be to lay the insulation down over all of this. And the only reason why I'm not putting insulation down is because we're gonna come in from underneath and fix all of this, because somewhere there is a really bad water leak or something, and I'd rather just not spend the money right at the moment since it's springtime and insulate it underneath and then turn around and it get wet and damaged. We're actually going to take some of the, okay, long story short, some of the piping is inside the house running through the inside, some of the piping is running outside the house. I don't know why it's like that, but again, that's how it is. So we're gonna try to fix all this, but we're just not gonna do the insulation right now. But we do want to fix the floor because we're gonna build up to this wall to get it to stop leaking, and that's our main goal, so that it's safe, it's clean, it's easier to breathe in. But if you look right now, there's no insulation in it because it's all, I don't know, gone. I don't know if they originally had some in here and then they took it out. And then that also gives us the chance to think if we really want to keep the furnace. I know we bought it because the furnace worked and that was the big thing, but we're looking at like alternative heat now. And so if we do decide to take the furnace out, or that we don't want the furnace anymore, taking these ducts out will be easier, again, if we go through underneath, if that's what we decide. So oh, and there's another hole right there. I don't know if you guys can see. Pretty sure you can, it's really big. It's right there. But anyhow, so I'm just gonna keep working on this. I'm probably not gonna record much of it, but I'll show you guys when I come back, when I'm done. Hey everybody, so I'm back. I was cutting or breaking all this off from under, or to make it flush with the wall. And something I noticed is that this wall, I don't know if I can get it, just so you guys can see, but this wall does not have a joist or a support or anything under it. It's actually about, I want to say, at least 7 inches into there. Yeah, it's about 7 inches into there, and oh, you can kind of see like there's a little wood piece right there. So, oh, there you go. That's on the ground. and or at the base, and then there's this piece of wood right here. So with that like that, there's no way I have anything to screw this onto unless I come in about 6 inches, because these joists are about 14.5 inches apart. So if I do butt this up to the wall, I would have to come in 7 inches on my board to put my first staple or my first screw in, and I don't know if that's what I should do or not. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next, so I think I'm just gonna layer the plywood down so that the floor isn't exposed, nobody comes in this room, and I'm gonna have to look it up. So what I was thinking is, with that piece of wood down there, making like a cross piece that I'm gonna be able to screw into, and then it gives the wall a little bit support. Another thing that I was thinking was, I don't know if I take off this trim right here, like it's really hard and it's really on there tight, so I could take that off and okay, sorry, I flipped you around. I know I look a little crazy, but so I was saying is that I could flip, or I could rip off this trim because we don't need the trim anyways. Like I said, the wall is leaking, or a window is leaking or something, and then there was a leak over there in the closet, and so I really don't know what to do. I know at some point we're going to replace that wall, but I just don't know. That wasn't part of this plan. I guess they always say, think of the things or something that can happen as the thing that you don't think of, and I truly didn't think of this not having a joist or anything for us to screw down the plywood in. I did try measuring it from the other side, so I could right now finish cleaning this piece up, which it's really hard. I could try to finish cleaning that part up and trying to slide the piece of plywood over there and then come back to this piece. But I just really don't, sorry for the lighting, I just really don't know at the moment. I think that because the room, I thought the room itself was 8 feet wide when I measured it, because the whole room itself is 10 foot with the closet. But as I'm trying to, I turned the plywood sideways so that it would be 4 foot by 8 foot, and it did not fit. So my other option is to, again, I would still have to come in about 7 inches from the front if I screw it in there, or make, I don't know if you guys can see this, I made this right here, I added this in to help support the plywood better and to support the joists, so that because the joists aren't rotten like horribly or anything like that, they're fine. It's just, I don't know if my plywood is thicker than the corkboard that they put down. or what it is, I guess. Or because you can tell that this room was redone. This is not the original floor from 1972. But you can tell that it definitely it's definitely not the original plan, because at some point down underneath the part where I told you can't see that well over there, the corkboard doesn't go all the way to that joist neither. It's just kind of floating this wall, and I don't like that idea. I don't understand why it's like that. So what I think was that this wall right here, somebody just dug out the bottom part and slid a piece of corkboard in there, and it was just floating because yeah, I don't know. But if you see right here, this joist right here, I don't know, right there, sorry, I'm trying to do with my camera, this one right here, you can see that this piece right here, this one, somebody added this support in, because this one doesn't have it. I added this, but this joist right here, I don't know where my camera's at, it does not have what that one has. And that's the only reason why I can tell that somebody did this. And I don't know if I can show you this corner real quick, but there's a corner over there where you can see like they just kind of cut out the shape. And that's not something I was really trying to do. I was really trying to fix it right, because I don't know if that's why the window leaks or the wall leaks or not. I don't know if it's the window or the wall. Let me just put that out there. I don't know if it's the roof. I don't know if it's the window. I don't know if it's the wall. I just know that it's leaking somewhere. The roof does have elastic coat on it, so I feel like it's not the roof, or if it was the roof, they patched it, and so it's not leaking no more. But yeah, so I think I'm just gonna walk away from that part until I can figure out what I'm gonna do, which sucks because this project has took me a lot longer than what I was hoping it to take. It is taking more like, this is my second day working on it. I don't get to work on it the full day because I do homeschool with the kids and everything. So I just get to work on it when I can. The only thing that really sucks is if it does come to me of what I'm supposed to do or what I could do to make it fit better. We have a curfew thing, because a noise curfew, because we do live in a mobile home park, so I can't work on it at night. So I'm really only got like 3 or 4 hours of a day to work on it. And so I would hate for this to get pushed off for another day, especially since the floor is opened like how it is. But I would rather it be safe and know that I at least tried. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm just a DIYer. I am just gonna try to do the best that I can to fix our house. If you watched our other videos, you know we only bought our house for $850. It is a 1972 mobile home, but yeah, so I have a few little pieces of wood that I can continue scraping at the bottom, but I don't think that I will be screwing down the plywood until I figure out what I can do to make sure that it's the safest thing for everybody. Because like I said, this is 10 foot, so I thought by turning it by 4x8 that it would meet up on the joist, but they don't. It doesn't meet up at all. Even if I take the doors, the closet doors off and take that back some, it still doesn't meet up on the joist. There's still like a 7-inch gap between them. And the only part that makes me wonder is, again, it's under the wall. And even if I take it from in the closet floor, this wall, it's not letting me under. So I'm just gonna go look and see what I can find, and see what I come up with. But I'm gonna turn the camera around so I can kind of show you like how the plywood meets right to the middle of the trim on the ground. That's why I think my plywood is way thicker than whatever was on here. So I don't know, again, what I will do, because at the moment I wasn't trying to replace the walls because I'm not sure if we're keeping the same the layout that we have. The layout that we do have is a little funky. It doesn't really flow. So yeah, I guess it's a learning process. Again, by the time I probably put this video out, I'm not sure if I will have it done, or maybe I can put the video out and see if anybody has any tips for me. I am waiting for Ra to call me back so that I can talk to her about it and see what she thinks we should do. But yeah, so until then, I'm just going to keep scraping away. Okay, I finally got it done. So this is how it ended up turning out. I do say for my first time ever doing this, I did quite a decent job. It did take longer than I was planning, just due to some stuff going on in our family. So I did put it off for a couple days. Over this last week, our pit bull passed, and yeah, so we're just now trying to get stuff finished, but we did take a little break from everything. The first time of me doing it, I did measure wrong, so I did have to do a little fix-it piece right here. Again, I don't think it's too bad. But yeah, so this is the final flooring for this room. Next, I think I'm gonna be, instead of us doing the walls, since I do still have some plywood left, I think I'm about to do the laundry room, and then we'll come back and paint and fix what we need to fix. I did want to show that right here by the door, please excuse my garbage because I literally just got done, you can see where the old floor and the new floor meet up, and they are quite different in size. So I believe we're just going to redo the whole house.